Hey everyone, this is Sparking Shockwave, and welcome to another sneak peek matchup. This time we have the Digital Bugs versus the Lunalight, all making their first appearance in the Shine and Victory set. If you guys are not familiar with this segment, we basically showcase you guys two new archetypes that's introducing with the upcoming set. This way, this can help you influence your decision making if you really want to pick up the archetype or not when the set actually comes out. But other than that, let's get into the matchup. On our right side, we have Jeff playing Lunalight, and on the left, myself playing Digital Bugs. As you can see, he just MST during my end phase, getting rid of my Bug Emergency, which is basically the trap equivalent to the 6 Samurai double sword technique. So now on his turn, he's gonna discard his Black Sheep, which has multiple effects, but he's gonna choose to activate the effect where he can discard Black Sheep, adding a Polisher from his deck to his hand, and then when he normal summon his White Rabbit, he can special summon any of the Lunalight monsters from his grave. Very interesting effect, and also White Rabbit has the effect that he can bounce any spells and traps depending on how many Lunalight monsters he has on the field, excluding herself. So now he's flip summoning his blue cat, and as well as fusion summoning into his cat dancer. You can see that cat dancer, whenever time it declares an attack, it inflicts 100 damage to his opponents, which I kind of find weird about that, but you know, you take as much you want to give as much damage as you can with a deck like this. He attacked over my Howling Insect, and I was trying to block, bring out as much Howling Insect as possible until the last one attacks, so I can bring out something that for myself to set up on my next turn. But he saw that plan was coming, so he just decided not to attack with the blue cat and just ended from there. So on my turn, I normal summon my Cocoon Dancer. This allows me to special summon a level 3 insect monster from my graveyard by switching the defense. And so with that, I got the 2 Howling Insect to go into Giga Brilliant, and then overlay that for the new Digital Bug Exceed monster, Corbage. I just wanted to make a quick announcement that if I'm saying some of these names wrong, I'm just using it through the OCG translation. So as you can see, I'm playing Level Limit Area B, which is a very old school card, and with Digital Bug Corbage out in the field, it takes advantage of that, because when any monster in period on the field switch their position, you're able to attach an insect monster from the grave to Corbage. This gives you more material, just especially since when you had to overlay to get the bigger Digital Bugs out, you had to get rid of the 2 materials off of the Exceed monster you're trying to overlay. The other effect of Corbage is basically I can choose any defense position monster on the field and then attach a material. That way, that monster that I chose will be bounced back to the owner's deck. That's how I got rid of the Cat Dancer, because it cannot be destroyed by battle. So which it was luckily for me that I was able to have Limit B to actually switch his defense mode, which I thought is best utilized from there. From here, Jeff is going back with his White Rabbit play, special summoning a level 2 monster from his grave, and this way he can do Gachi Gachi. He was going to plan to attack over my Corbage, but he didn't expect that I had the Honest. Like I mentioned before, Cat Dancer cannot be destroyed by a battle, so at this point Jeff can't really do much besides giving me the additional 100 damage burn. So on my turn, I normal summon Cindy Bit. This way I can exceed into the rank 3 Digital Bug Scara. Scara has a very unique effect, but it's very hard to get out just because it's asking 2 level 3 light insect monster, so it's basically dedicated to this archetype alone. I forgot to mention that the Digital Bugs, the actual main deck monsters, has additional effects they give to the insect Exceed monster they're using to exceed with. Some of them, like the Archimedes effect, some actually make all your opponent's monster become 0 defense and then switch it to defense, and then the others are just basically allow you to attack all your defensive position opponent's monster. But going back to the game, as you can see, I did overlay the Scara that I had out in the field into another copy of Corbage. This way I can utilize the full potential of Level Limit Area B, triggering the 2 Corbage effect to attach an insect monster from the graveyard to as a material on these 2 Corbage. From now, as you can see, I again overlay the new core which I have into a digital bug Rhinoculus. This isn't actually the boss monster considering for the whole archetype, giving me piercing damage, and then on any player's turn I can actually detach one material to destroy any monster my opponents have that has the highest defense. But as of now, I will be using that effect just because I know I can't get game for this turn, so I'm just going to do some piercing damage and just end it from there. And I know that the lower area B does really help me protect my monster, so I'm not worrying about him summoning any big monster, because it really would just help me in my advantage. Just what you saw right now when he's just normal summoning his blue cat, which is basically like the Mystic Tomato of the deck. Like I said before, when it's destroyed by card effect or by battle, you're able to special summon a Lunalight monster from your deck, which could be just another copy of yourself, so it can just be a way to stall. But when my coverage effect activates to attach an insect monster from the grave to itself, I made the mistake of choosing the digital bug Centipede just because I have Call Haunted down the field, and that was been a great setup for my next turn and just basically give me the game 1 if I can. So as you can see, he just set down the face down, and I was a little worried since he didn't really set much face down unless it was like an MST. But during his end phase, I activate Call Haunted, special summon the Centipede, and then from my turn, I actually switch it to defense position. This way I can activate its effect, which allows me to special summon a level 3 insect monster from my deck to the field. This is the only digital bug that has to be manually switched to positions to activate the effect. The others can just do it on their own. So I special summoned my Hornet to the field, which Jeff was very surprised of seeing, but it makes sense since a lot of these insect monsters I'm using are level 3, so I was taking advantage of that for the rank ups, especially going to Giga Brilliant. In this way I can go into a overlay of the other digital bugs, but that's not the case at this point since I'm just gonna use Giga Brilliant effect just to detach the Hornet to the grave and then normal summon my Centipede and just keep popping everything and just have a clear game from there. But I am using Corbish effect to return the blue cat to the deck because it's a very annoying card that it keeps on spawning out new blue cats to the field. And from there, I basically have the OTK for the win for game 1. Now we're in game 2. Jeff decided to go second because I think he just wanted to have an extra card added to his hand, and that's basically a lot of fusion based decks. So I'm going to start off first by playing my Mathematician, sending out that Hornet to the grave, get my setup for my other insectors I have in my hand, and from there I'm gonna play the lower area B and then set down the bug emergency, which like I mentioned before is the equivalent trap card to the Six Samurai double edged sword technique. So Jeff's gonna start his turn by playing Polymerization, fusing the Black Sheep and Butterfly in his hand. This way he can special summon his Cat Dancer. From there, he's gonna use Black Sheep's effect to return the butterfly back to his hand because it was used for a fusion material. Like I mentioned before, Black Sheep does have multiple effects. One of them was the used as a fusion material. You're able to add back any Lunalight monster that was used for those materials back to your hand besides Black Sheep itself. And now he's going to play the fusion recovery to add those cards back to his hand, so he has a real good hand advantage from there. And then as you can see, he sent his Lunalight Butterfly to the grave to increase his Cat Dancer attack by 1000. It's basically the glute of the deck. And now he's gonna normal summon his White Rabbit, special summon that Butterfly back to the field, and then use White Rabbit's second effect to bounce back 2 of my back rolls back to my hand. And now he's gonna play the new spell card from the Shiny Victory set. I think it's called Fusion Tag. It's basically revealed a fusion monster to your opponents from your extra deck and choose one monster on your side of the field. That monster becomes that extra deck monster that you show. From there, it allows him to fuse into his Leo Dancer, which is basically the boss monster of the deck and has quite multiple effects that is very useful. One is which that she cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effect, as well as attacking twice per battle phase. And if you guys missed it, that Leo Dancer got an increase of 1000 attack thanks to the butterfly that was on the field And then if you banish the butterfly from the graveyard, you're able to special summon a Lunalight monster from your hand. This way, it gives Jeff the OTK ability right there and now, and which really caught me off guard. It's like, this is the potential of this deck, that it can OTK if you let it happen. Now we're in game 3. I'm going first so I can set up something for my next turn, but he did have the Dark Hole to get rid of my Howling Insect. From there, he's going to use Polymerization into his Cat Dancer. This way he can use Black Sheep's effect to get that butterfly back to his hand. And then it's going to attack me for a total of 25 damage, including the burn damage that the Cat Dancer gives off. From there, I can't really do nothing until it was my next turn. So looking at my hand, I do have very interesting cards to get around his Cat Dancer, which cannot be destroyed by battle. So I first normal summon my Web Soldier. This allows me to special summon a level 3 insect monster from my hand. This way I'm special summoning my Hornet to the field, and then go into Giga Brilliant, and then use Web Soldier's ability that gives my Giga Brilliant the effect that allows me to switch all my opponent's monsters in defense position and have 0 defense. And from there, I can overlay into Corbish and then just spin that Cat Dancer back into the deck. I'm playing the Bug Emergency, trying to exceed into another rank 3 play, but I was contemplating if I should use the banishing effect of the trap card to increase the rank or the level in this case for all my level 3 monsters, but I realized that the Giga Brilliant is my only insect exceed monster I have, so it doesn't really make any difference. So I decided to just go with the rank 3 play. So I need to get into the insect rank monsters just because that's the condition when you play Bug Emergency. I brought up my Giga Brilliant because it's more universal to bring that out than any of the other digital bug, especially the Scara. I activate Giga Brilliant's effect so I can do as much damage as possible, and then on Jeff's turn, he's playing Tinky, and unfortunately I do have a Twin Twister face down, but I do not have any cards in my hand to get rid of it, so this might be a big mistake on my part, maybe not having a card in my hand to get rid of that, because it could be very crucial. Jeff searched out for his White Rabbit, which we all know what it does by now. I think this is the card that he got mostly every time besides the Black Sheep. Now he's going to normal summon it to special summon his Black Sheep to the field, and this way he has a very interesting choice to just bounce one of my 2 back rolls. But first he's going to use the discard effect of the Black Sheep in his hand to add Polymerization. I don't know if you can tell, but if you look at Jeff's hand, he has the Shackle Equip card, so it looked like it'd be a crucial play that he's want to make out of this. So he's contemplating what he wants to do from this point. So Jeff is designing using the White Rabbit's effect to bounce one of my 2 back rolls, which he returned the Twin Twister, which is basically dead already. From there, he's going to use Polymerization to fusion summon into the Cat Dancer and use Black Sheep's effect to add that White Rabbit back to his hand. From there, he's going to use the Butterfly to increase the Cat Dancer attack to 3500 and then banish it from the graveyard to special summon the White Rabbit from his hand to the field. This way he can use Cat Dancer effect to tribute it so it can attack twice, and use the Shackle on my Giga Brilliant to make its attack into 100, basically going for a game right here. That's pretty much our time with this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see deck profiles of these 2 decks, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is Shockwave, signing out.